Thank you for giving me an invitation. Unfortunately, I am unable to attend due to scheduling conflicts. Did I use this excuse before? Yeah, but they still mail me these things on the 3rd of every month. Can't they use that persistence for something else? Whatever, it'll do. I'll tell them my address has changed next time. Thomas can deal with the rest. So, what you looking at? You were laughing so hard that the sofa shook.
Do you know what an actually clean beach looks like, chat? Behind me is the beach of Borseth. It's a town, as you can see. The people who live here love the ocean. They say the town's name is from a beautiful word in Old Lemurian. It means the place where the ocean and the land meet. Of course, the fish balls they make here are so good that they'll blow your mind. The link below is for this year's final batch.
Why are you staring at me? It's possible. Probably. I gave all my ye old Lemurian back to my teacher. Fewer than 10 people in the world can read and write this language now. What about it? Dead languages gradually fade away. Only fragmented words and myths will remain. But this place is kind of familiar. Found it. Well, duh. I get baskets full of these invitations every year, you know. I can't always write rejection letters. Most of the people who send these out forget about them once they're mailed. Give me your phone. I want to know how long it'll take to drive there. If it's not too far, we can leave this weekend? Cutie, I can already guess what you're gonna say. Rafayel, this place might have a connection to Memoria. Even if I said I knew nothing about this place, you'd still be curious anyway. I'm curious too. I want to see how these fish balls can be so good that they'd blow our minds. If we keep driving, we're gonna end up in the ocean. Let's walk the rest of the way. Do you smell that? I'm guessing it's cuttlefish balls with mackerel mixed in. It smells like they were just cooked. Let's eat before asking about what you wanted to know.
I'm so sorry. The No Fishing Fest is tomorrow and fish balls are in high demand. This year's final batch is already sold out. But I still have some fresh fish in the shop. I was saving them for myself. If you don't mind, you could try making them yourselves.
It's no big deal. Do we really have to use such a primitive method? I'm not sure what's gonna be firm or chewy if I keep pounding like this. Take a break. That's not how you should be using your strength anyway. You made enough fish balls to fill an entire pot. You managed to create an evolutionary family tree of fish balls? How? Nah, always doing what you're good at usually leads to that activity losing its novelty.
Miss, your boyfriend doesn't want you to be tired. He's just making up excuses. Hey, you've made plenty of fish balls. I'll start cooking them. They'll be ready in just a few minutes.
Not really. It's just a trinket that people who live by the sea like to make. They're usually hung outside windows, and the sound alone will let you know whether the sea breeze is turbulent or calm that day. Since the glass bottles are here, then... I knew he'd collect these. This shape is the best for playing music. It produces a rich sound and air doesn't easily leak out. If you master certain melodies, you can attract schools of rare, unusual fish.
You're definitely an expert. Nowadays, barely anyone knows how to play those songs. My friend who taught me how to play these said that some of the ancient melodies passed down along the coast probably came from Lemurians. Even this town's name was probably given by them. If you ask me, it really shows their creative touch. Doesn't the name sound beautiful?
Do you play these conch shells?
No, I don't. This collection hasn't been used. They're exhibition pieces for the Cultural Museum. Since the closed fishing season is coming up, we finally have time to properly renovate the Cultural Museum. Because my legs aren't what they used to be, I contribute by doing handicrafts. Oh, they said they invited some master Rafayel to guide the process. Who knows when we'll actually finish the renovations?
There are so many people helping out, you know. You can probably complete the renovations without him. Aren't professionals usually in charge of museum renovations? Why are all of you volunteering to help?
You two haven't seen our Cultural Museum yet, huh? Once you're done eating, I'll take you there. Isn't this a nice place? It faces the sea, so it has the best view in town. Things are a little disorganized right now. Feel free to look around while I tidy up.
After the Corona Rift catastrophe and the subsequent tsunamis passed, this small patch of land finally emerged from the sea. People began to settle down here. so they gave it a new name, Borseth. Instead of calling it a place where the ocean and the land meet, it'd be more accurate to say it was originally part of the ocean. To be honest, my knowledge about this place is at the same level as yours. But there's one thing I do know for sure. There's nothing here that's even distantly related to Lemuria. Don't be sad, cutie. This is supposed to be a casual outing. I actually expected not to find anything. The people who live here have remarkable courage. The waters could rise again at any moment. The land that belongs to the ocean might return to it one day. Will the people here still think, a place where the ocean and the land meet is a beautiful phrase when that happens? I'm actually worried about how you'll never get to eat delicious fish balls again. Assuming it happens, you'll be thinking about it all night. We can ask him and see what he says.
Have you two gone sea fishing before? I used to do it all the time a few years back. A huge wave crashed into me in the boat. We both flipped over. That's when I injured this leg of mine. It's been many years since then.
But there's a boat outside your shop that's well maintained. It looks like it was used recently, too.
I couldn't just sit still. After my fishing business failed, I was in a daze and went out to sea again. I wasn't planning to come back. Then I looked up, saw the ocean. It was so blue and beautiful as it stretched endlessly toward the horizon. I realized that even though the sea takes things away sometimes, it's still incredibly generous. On a smaller scale, look at all the stuff here. Aren't they all a gift from the sea?
Yeah, you're right. Does it matter if this place has a connection to Lemuria? Even if Lemurians visited this place a decade or two ago, it's just a story from the past to us. So, does it mean anything to you? It's all right. Even on a beach, footprints never really disappear, so long as people keep walking. Aside from White Sand Bay, it's been a long time since I saw a beach this clean. Isn't this almost identical to the pattern on a plate I used as a kid? I hate to burst your bubble, But the pattern isn't exactly a Lemurian specialty. 7 out of 10 coastal towns have these on display in their museums. It's part of their special cultural art exhibits. Words have their unique meanings, but it's not like everyone understands them. Maybe someone felt inspired, or maybe every new settlement needs a name, which is why this town got one. I'm kinda curious where the person who named it originally heard that word from. Then again, we can just accept it as a romantic coincidence. Isn't that lovely in its own way? Oh, you want to learn a new language at 2 in the morning? I actually used to have an old Lemurian dictionary, but no one knows where it's buried in the ocean floor. I like seeing you be curious about my world, but that's enough deep philosophical musings before bed. Don't we need to wake up early tomorrow for the festival? This, and that. Please wrap them for me. These paint tubes. Help me. Which one should I get? They're different from the others. Okay, yeah. I'll just buy them all. We accepted an invitation to help. We should leave something behind before we go. Alright, help me pick a frame. As for the size, the one next to you is perfect. It shouldn't be under the name Master Rafayel. The right to define what that museum represents belongs to the people who live here. Besides, I don't need to look at the ocean every day. Like the ocean, the land already has scenery that's worth lingering for.
May the squid god, the beltfish god, and other fish gods bless us for a smooth final voyage at sea.
That's not how mythology really works. If anything, it's a menu.
One, two, push! 1, 2, harder! Push harder! We can't leave a single boat behind!
Mommy, be careful this time!
I hope everything they sang about comes true. I don't know the lyrics, but I heard similar songs when I was young. Back then, the people who sang, their tone and the look in their eyes were very similar to these people's. I think what they hope for and praise in their songs must be similar. Simple, heartfelt wishes, blessings for those traveling to distant places, and praise for the boundless vastness of the ocean. Maybe it's because they know their world too well, yet the other world is still unfamiliar. Whether they live in the ocean or on land, people always imagine a life different from their own. I remember there's a word that can express what I described. It's a very simple word, but I skipped class when I was supposed to learn it. Old Lemurian is really difficult to learn. It can express profound emotions in just a few syllables, whereas in human languages, you'd need an entire long sentence. The people who mastered it are dwindling. Of course, there are even fewer now. You're right. Since we came here, I have found a few things. I also remembered something. In Old Lemurian, the place where the ocean and the land meet has another meaning. Even if we're in different worlds, we'll yearn to reach out toward each other time and time again.